The invasion of Washington was also called the 1952 UFO flap, a series of unexplained sightings. Harry G. Barnes, Senior Air Route Traffic Controller for the Civil Aeronautics Administration, was in charge of the National Airport, Washington, D.C. Air Route Traffic Control Center on the night of July 19, 1952. This event marked one of the most significant UFO sightings in American history. He states in a newspaper article, "Our job is to constantly monitor the skies around the nation's capital with the electronic eye of radar. Shortly after midnight on that date, 7 blips appeared suddenly on the control center's scope. Ed Nugent, Jim Copeland, and Jim Ritchie, all experienced radar controllers, checked the observations. The controllers were astonished by the sudden appearance of the blips, which moved erratically across the screen. They quickly discussed the sighting, trying to make sense of the unusual radar returns." The airport control tower radar operator verified the same blip. They were over the restricted areas of Washington, including the White House and Capitol. Captain C.S. Pierman, a Capital Airlines pilot with 17 years of flying experience, shortly after taking off, was asked to check these mysterious blips. He radioed back, "There's one." "And there it goes." Pierman confirmed the sighting, adding credibility to the radar operator's report. Barnes states during the next 14 minutes, Pierman reported that he saw 6 such lights. Each sighting coincided with a blip we could see near his plane. Pierman described the objects as a bright light moving faster than a shooting star. When he reported that the light streaked off at high speed, it disappeared from our scope. That means it zoomed out of our beam between sweeps. It accelerated from 130 miles per hour to almost 500 in less than 4 seconds. The radar operators were baffled by the rapid movements and the sudden disappearances. These sightings were corroborated by multiple radar stations, adding to the mystery. The F-94 Starfire jets were scrambled to intercept the UFOs. The F-94 jets were capable of 640 miles per hour. The pilots described the objects as changing directions super fast and making sharp turns. They reported seeing a big ball with a long center part and a long skinny tail section. Pilots were astonished by the UFO's speed and agility, unlike anything they had seen before. The event went on for 2 weeks. The objects were described as a tadpole-shaped craft, and they hovered over the White House on occasions. Harry Truman was the president and asked the Project Blue Book team to look into the incident. The acceleration was beyond the speed of our Air Force jets or any other human-made craft at that time. It could also rival our current technology. The United States Air Force received an enormous number of reports about this incident from the public. It was witnessed by countless people, inundating the reporting centers of Project Blue Book and the Air Force. Newspapers were filled with headlines about the mysterious sightings, adding to the public frenzy. Andrews Air Force Base tracked the mysterious blips too. A special study group known as the Office of Scientific Intelligence, OSI, and the Office of Current Intelligence, OCI, was formed to review the situation. The incident later would lead the CIA to create the Robertson Panel. The CIA Office of Scientific Intelligence, OSI, warned in a memo to Walter B. Smith, the CIA director, that the flying saucer situation has national security implications, and the public concern with the phenomena lies the potential for the touching off of mass hysteria and panic. The involvement of OSI and OCI underscored the gravity of the situation, highlighting the broader implications for national security and public order. Project Blue Book director Edward J. Ruppelt later recalled, during a 6-month period in 1952, 148 of the nation's leading newspapers carried a total of over 16,000 items about flying saucers.